Hey, welcome to the 5C Challenge. I'm Shannon Popkin. I'll be your host for the next 5 days of the 5C Challenge. I've got my little cards here. I'm going to tell you all about it. But before, I want to tell you about an Instagram post that I did just about like 1 year ago. I posted this photo of my husband. It was just a sweet photo. He's with the dog down in the living room. And here's what I wrote. I said, "Oh, he looks pretty innocent, right? Sweet, even in a manly sort of way. The man, not the puppy," I wrote. But somehow I saw it all differently yesterday morning. I said, "Why can't you use the plate when you're eating graham crackers over there? You have crumbs all over." It's the first thing that I said to him, truly, the very first thing. And then I said, "And you're not using the coaster. Do you even care if you ruin the side table?" And then I said, "And why is my snow baby pushed to the side again? Does your elbow always have to go in that exact same spot?" And then I said, "And why in the world is the fireplace so hot? What in the world? You're going to melt the Christmas lights in the garland." So all of these things tumbled out of my mouth in the very first minute that I even saw him that morning. That's right, the very first minute. And that's when I realized the Christmas control girl was back. So I talked about how when I get the house decorated in December, it's like I turn the calendar to December 1st, I get the house decorated, and suddenly it's like this flip that switches inside of me. And without warning, I turn into the Christmas control girl, and I want everything to be perfect all of the time, even like on a random Tuesday morning in December. So here I am. That was 1 year ago. This is another random Tuesday in December. And the crazy thing is, I just found that Instagram post because I was shuffling through some things. I had it in a file for the 5C challenge. I read it and I was like, oh my word. Today is another random Tuesday in December. And the crazy thing is, I came down this morning and there was my husband sitting there with the puppy. And within the first few minutes of our conversation, I complained about graham cracker crumbs again. He's still eating his graham crackers and he's still not using a plate. And I complained about the fireplace being hot. I did not complain about the snow baby, but I complained about a couple other things. And I was like, oh my goodness. It's like, am I just going to keep doing this year after year after year? I didn't even realize that I was doing the same thing as last year. And if I hadn't written that down last year, I wouldn't even recall it. But it's just this pattern in my life. And this time of year, when it's supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year at the Popkin household, it turns into the worst time of the year unless I do the gritty work of surrender. And so here we are in 2021, and we learned some things about control and surrender, didn't we, last year? But what I'm noticing about myself is it's 2021 and I just want to forget all of that and get back to normal and get back to controlling it all again. And I wonder if you're experiencing the same thing. I don't want to deal with COVID and all of the things, that caused us to stop and think. I just want to get back to having things perfect. But as I think about it, no, I don't. I don't want to go back to our old patterns. I learned some really valuable lessons in the past year and a half or almost 2 years. And so I want to hold on to those. I actually wrote a book about this also. It's called Control Girl. And so I've been working on this thing for a while now. In fact, my book is going to have its 5th birthday in January. 5 years since I wrote Control Girl. I can't believe it. And so for over 5 years, probably like almost 10 years, I've been struggling with this. So thinking the problem might be here to stay. Don't be surprised if I'm 90 years old and still leading the Christmas 5C challenge. And I have to say, the 5C challenge originated with my friend Hilma. She's the one who gave me the 5Cs. So credit where credit is due. Thank you, Hilma, for giving me these 5Cs. And so here are the 5Cs. No complaining, no criticizing, no complaining, no correcting, no condemning, and no comparing. That's what we're going to be trying to eliminate from our speech this over the next 5 days, just kind of reset for Christmas, and not just the words, but the attitude behind the words. As you know, words are powerful. Solomon, who is the man, who was given a double dose of God's wisdom, wrote these words. He said, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. So if you love the power of your tongue, if you love the power that getting control with your tongue has, you're going to eat its fruits. And they're not good fruits. They're not sweet fruits. They're bitter fruits. And do we want to breathe life or death into the people around us this Christmas? Do we want to produce good fruit or bad fruit with our words? So if you are somebody who wants to enjoy the sweetness of good relationships, which are partly due to the sweet words that you have the ability to speak, I would invite you to join me for this 5C challenge. And we're just doing 5 days in a row. I think I've done it different ways, different years, but I think we're just going to 5 days in a row. You're going to get an email every day and a video this year. So I'm adding a video to the mix. I'm also adding a little devotional that you can do. I mean, it is bare bones, just simple. It's like sort of read these verses, ask God to convict you and be inspired by the word of God, and, just kind of reset your day. You don't have to do those. In fact, it's really your challenge. You do it the way that you want. But here's what I would encourage you to do. Print out the cards. So your first email, you'll get these cards and you'll get 6 of them. And then you'll put them up at various strategic places in your house or in your car or your workplace, wherever you're going to be. And then when you see the cards, what you're going to do is pray. Ask for God's power, because this challenge is not about you summoning up all the power, to do better. Like, no, in our own strength, we won't do better. But as we cave into the power of the Spirit instead of ourselves, that's where we will see the good fruit come. And so we're going to pray for God's help when we see these little cards all over. And then I also encourage you to ask a friend to pray with you. So maybe like a little prayer partner, and maybe they would want to join you in the challenge. I'm going to ask someone in my household to join me this year. We'll see. And then read the emails each day or watch the videos, and then let somebody know, like kind of hold yourself accountable, like let somebody else know. Don't just try to manage it yourself, but like kind of check in with somebody. How are you doing? And what is God showing you? And then you can also follow me along on Instagram or Facebook. I'll be just sharing couple little reminders here and there. So I'd love for you to follow me, especially over this Christmas season. And if God challenges you in some way and you want to share on Instagram or on Facebook, tag me, Shannon Popkin. You can tag me in either place and maybe do hashtag 5C challenge so that I can encourage you. I would love to do that. So that's it. Are you in? Have you signed up? The link to sign up is below. And I am so excited to be hitting reset with you again this December. And maybe these videos will be after December 2021 too. Who knows? So at whatever point you're joining in, I'm so glad you're with me, and let's go do the 5C challenge.